We're big fans of Koa, particularly when Martin uses it. If you've seen a recent video we did on prototypes with Martin, you'll know how much we love a Martin with Koa. Well, this is a NAMM exclusive with Koa. Very, very rare, very, very few. We're going to tell you all about it, so stick around. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name's Chris McKee.
And I'm Cooper Greenberg.
We're here with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you'd like to support the channel, visit our spring store, link below for custom design t-shirts, and check out our podcast, the Fretboard Confessional, wherever you get your podcasts, where we talk about all sorts of fun stuff. We should talk about Koa.
Let's talk Koa.
Let's talk about Koa. So this is a special NAMM exclusive Martin guitar. It's an OM?
Triple O.
Triple O, because of scale length.
Actually,
or is it an OM?
I'm pretty sure it's a Triple O scale length, but I got the specs.
You look at the body on these spec sheets, and it's Triple O or it's OM, and the deciding factor is the scale length.
It's an OM.
It's an OM. So there you go. I was right the first time. Look at that.
Sorry.
Yeah, it happens occasionally. So it is a NAMM exclusive. Let me tell you kind of what that means. It means that Martin shows up to the NAMM show, which I didn't get to go to this year. You got to go.
I did.
And they have this wall with like custom one-offs or very few offs guitars. And as a dealer, like we are, you get to literally kind of put your name in a hat, so to speak. You say, yes, I would like to be included in a lottery to potentially purchase one or all of these guitars. And if you're lucky, you get one out of it, and a lot of people get none out of it. But we're fortunate enough to get this. We actually thought we weren't getting any.
Yeah, we thought so, and I did put our name in for a few. I'm glad it was this one, because this one kind of checks a few boxes. It's something desirable. It's relatively accessible for more players, because there were guitars that were $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $11,000. But let me kind of tell you what I got to see, because there's, I think, 12 guitars, 2 of which at the very end we're not going to make any more of these. This is the one that you get. That was number 11 and 12. The rest of them were like, put your name in the hat. If you get it, you get this one. If you don't, we'll build one for you. We'll give you the opportunity. And I think it was limited to 10 or something like that. So the very first one was, I think I mentioned it in the podcast too, the racing stripe kind of. Not one that I put I'm just saying I didn't put our name
very,
on.
very modern. Not really our aesthetic here at Alamo Music,
So the next, I think, 4, it was a Dreadnought Cutaway, an OM Cutaway, Dreadnought Cutaway, OM Cutaway, and they were kind of mirror images of each other. So this was obviously the one that I think, if you were there, Chris, this is the one that he would have wanted. This is the one that I wanted the most. The mirror image that I'm talking about this is Koa with rosewood binding, and then they had rosewood with Koa binding that the rest of the appointments matched. That was the big kind of trade-off. So you will probably see some other store making a cool video on a rosewood back and sides OM Koa binding. They did the same with the Dreadnoughts, Koa rosewood mirror image. We like an OM, especially cool to see one with the Cutaway, like at this level, kind of custom shop. You can find an OMC.
Less common with Martin. We get lots of requests like, hey, I want this, but with a Cutaway. And a lot of times it's like, well, they don't make it.
Yeah, we'll see in the custom shop. But this is very cool. We did print out the spec sheet so we could go through a few things if you want to hold that.
You know, it's funny. As soon as I uncased this today, Josh, our intrepid cinematographer behind the camera, commented in fairly dimly lit circumstances, I will say, Josh, how beautiful the binding was. And I remarked, I said, yeah, you know what? Koa usually goes very, very well with rosewood binding or maple binding. Usually sets it off very well. And rosewood usually looks very, very well with Koa binding or maple binding, as it were. So I love wood bindings. Beautiful guitar.
It's a really nice looking guitar.
It's so different too.
That's the big thing on this one. So besides we talked about it in the prototype video, pretty rare to see this beautiful of Koa. Martin doesn't do a lot of Koa, but this is really nice. It's got some flame. I'm looking at here at the sides, but you can see there is flame, but there's also just a lot of pretty straight grain. But the kind of special thing is that inlay that you brought up, offset snowflake, which I think is the first time they've done it. They rolled it out for
I've seen offset dots before, and I think maybe, if I recall correctly, I think I've seen offset diamonds, and that was a long time ago. And maybe it was a fever dream. I don't know. but I've never seen offset snowflake, and it's cool. There's definitely a blend of traditional and modern going on with this guitar.
So Sitka spruce top with the rosewood binding, flame koa back and sides, rosette. It's got the abalone style 45, which is very cool. Grover nickel nickel tuners with the open gear. Obviously, got the offset snowflake, which is very cool. And
is that koa for the?
It is koa on the headstock plate.
And it's nice that they've inlaid the CF Martin logo in abalone, and they've stamped the back of the headstock, alongside those Grover tuners. It's got the volute, which is really nice.
Volute is awesome. The thing is, I don't know if you noticed this, but it is acoustic electric as well.
It is. It has a Fishman
the gold. Plus natural one.
Yes, the natural one, which I had in my 914 way back when.
It's cool because it's very low profile. You don't have the preamp on top. You don't have it's
all built in.
Plug it in, you're good to go.
It's very cool. It is 9-volt battery powered, so there's a preamp, but the preamp is in line with the end pin. So basically, you plug in, and it's got a little circuit board preamp in there. Is how that works. Beautiful herringbone, or no? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the herringbone purfling on the top. It's scalped bracing, obviously. They put a lot of information in these spec sheets that's not super necessary, so I'm making sure.
Like, the neck is wood.
Yeah, we do have wood on the neck. That's pretty cool. And then the end pins are bone with the abalone. It's just a...
What's the nut width?
Nut width?
Everyone wants to know.
I'm going to guess and say it's 1 3/4.
Let me guess. It's 1 3/4 with low oval profile and high performance taper.
It's a 1 3/4 with a modified low oval and a high performance taper. I don't know if anybody guessed that, but you would have been correct. It's very cool, and it's also cool not to also plug our custom, but it feels similar in spirit to me, and I think it's a good time for Martin right now in the store, just in general. But it's a really nice OM. Cutaway is cool.
It's a very creamy top on it.
It's got that cream top, Yeah.
What's the back strap?
That's the Style 45 Mosaic, which is one of my favorites. It's very cool.
And I love Koa. I'm a big fan. I love when Martin uses it. I like when they do Koa. I like things when they do things with like maple. I don't think they do enough, honestly. So I'm always pleased when I.
That was something that I feel like I saw a lot in the custom wall. There are a few. One that I would have loved to have gotten, which was I think one of the one-offs that they weren't going to rebuild. It was an OM with Adirondack top and Cocobolo back and sides. Such a beautiful guitar, but it seemed like they were doing a lot with Koa, some cool Cocobolo stuff.
Think they're watching our videos?
I think so, because that's the thing is, everybody loves an OM or triple O.
Yeah.
Just mixing it up. It's nice to have something that's not mahogany or rosewood, even though those are the classics, the best. It's cool to have a different option, and having something like herringbone paired with the abalone, like it's a little bit of the old school,
new school,
fancy pants. Yeah. Offset snowflake is
definitely
really cool. Yeah.
Cutaway is definitely new school. Yeah, it's great. So wonderful small body guitar, great combination with spruce and Koa. You put it through its paces, so let's hear it. So there you have it. It's a fantastic little guitar. It's a joy to play. I love that kind of, we joke about the neck specs, but that I think is, for most people, kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
This combination of specs is a great playability from Martin, and it has a wonderful tone. It's very responsive with its small body. It's a beautiful little guitar. Now, here's the problem with this is we got one.
Got one.
But what's cool about seeing this is, say you miss out on this one, it shows you kind of an idea of some of the things that you can do through the Martin Custom Shop program, which we are advocates for and participants of. We just did, like you said, our exclusive, which Cooper designed. So you definitely want to check that out. But if you have kind of been dreaming of your dream Martin guitar, I will tell you two things. One, we can walk you through all of those specs on what would probably work best and what might not work best, and what's kind of the best bang for your buck versus what, when you're playing the guitar, is an expensive add-on that you probably won't miss if it's not there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of guidance there. And then I will say this, custom shop instruments from Martin are a different breed.
Yeah.
I said that the minute I played the exclusive you designed. I've said that every single time I've picked one up. And if you have the opportunity, I've said this before, if you have the opportunity to go to the factory, the custom shop guys are in there, but they're in their own thing. They're hand carving braces, they're hand carving necks, and I've never been disappointed by a custom shop Martin. They're phenomenal instruments.
They're really special. The other thing, like Chris said, so we would be willing and very excited to walk anybody through the custom shop process. Good thing to know, when you go on the website, you do the configurator, it'll give you a really good idea, but there are, I'm sure they'd be cool with me saying this, there are off-menu options.
There are lots of off-menu
There's a ton.
options.
I mean, you can get yourself some offset snowflake, but you're not going to see that in there. It's broken down to like the most classic things that people probably want, makes it really easy. But to be fair, like, I love the 12 fret stuff. You cannot find a 12 fret to build off of. They will do it for you. So it would be fun for us, get to work with you, and then our representatives from Martin start the whole conversation. They'll make you really whatever you want, and so it's fun. Sky's the limit, I think. It's
Pretty
a
much.
cool process.
Yeah, different custom shops have different stipulations or restrictions or guidance, but Martin pretty much, if you can dream it, they'll figure out a way. It might cost quite a bit, but they'll figure out a way. They can get you your dream guitar.
Yeah, and even just those stock options that are in there that are, back and sides was different inlays and wedges and headstocks and all that stuff. It's really fun to play around with, get some inspiration for what you want. I do it all the time, even though we just got in our custom. I'm already in there kind of looking at other options. But it's a nice place to go. I'm sure that the O is probably one of the more popular, O or OM. Just getting in there and seeing what's available, but then being able to see it in person, something that we did not design, but it totally fits in with our store, I think, and the stuff that we like. And like Chris, I've never been disappointed with a Martin Custom. So
if they're interested, where should they go?
You got to go to martinguitars.com/custom configurator. Just kidding. alamomusic.com. Give us a call. We'll work you through it. You can look at probably the coolest selection of Martins we've ever had at one time.
Right now, yeah, for sure.
This custom, our custom, bunch of prototypes and just special things. And luckily, due to clearing of the supply chain in some ways, some of the great Martin Standard Series and Road Series and X Series.
Coming back in
the
stock.
Core line, we've got them. So, like I said, it's a good time to be a Martin fan in the store, Martin players, a lot of options.
Well, there you go. So if you're interested, check it out online. If you're new to the channel, do you subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos, and remember, at the end of the day, the best guitar in the world is the one that you're playing. If that guitar happens to be a Martin Custom Shop or one-off NAMM exclusive, all the better. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.